Hi there, you're with Simon here at English Coach, and today we're talking about the duality of the grapeleaf and how the grapeleaf has two separate versions of meaning. One more toward the supportive and order, and the other more toward chaos and euphoria. This symbolic meaning, or these symbolic meanings, as there are two, come probably come from ancient Greece, but could come even before that. And one of the reasons why this is quite interesting to know is that on a lot of medieval architecture and very expensive and let us say sacred items that have been made during the last 10 centuries, the grape leaf has been one of great significance, which held a lot of power in its appearance, in its esotericism. When you looked at the grape leaf and you were, for example, a noble, uh, 700 or 300 years ago, the grape leaf would have this duality, would have these two meanings. So let's go through the meanings. So I will associate the top of the grape leaf, or the dark green part of the grape leaf, as the one of euphoria and chaos. Why am I doing that? Because it's the part of the leaf that absorbs the sun, and part of the leaf that absorbs most of the weather, the rain and the wind, and at the end of the season, perhaps an early snow or hail or whatever. Whereas the underside of the leaf, which would be a symbol or metaphor for support and morality and values, is the part which holds the leaf up and which has those thick leaf veins that go straight into the petiole, which is holding the leaf up, right? So the part that holds the leaf up is actually part of the underside of the leaf. So it's the supportive part or the structure, whereas the top of the leaf is the sun catcher or the chaotic part. And why is it such a powerful symbol? And why could we use this symbol, or how could we use this symbol for looking at our own lives? And these questions are important because how many people stop to think about how they separate their lives in terms of structure and in terms of entertainment or euphoria? Very few people. And the idea that I want to put forward today is exactly that. How do we bring the grape leaf into perspective for our own lives? So, when we look at everything within our lives that represents structure, including what we contribute and what work we do within our routine, toward family, toward building for the future, and toward relationships, those things we do toward relationships, and how easy or how difficult are those things, and how well are we doing those things? Do we have a way of measuring ourselves? Do we have a bias toward doing a lot and not thinking we're doing enough, or doing very little and thinking we're doing too much? And on the other hand, we have the question of euphoria and chaos, which are more related to entertainment, alcohol, as the grape leaf can also be a symbol of wine, and the sugars that are needed for wine come from the sun. They don't come from the underside of the leaf, they come from the top of the leaf, which absorbs the sunlight, which turns the sunlight into sugars through photosynthesis, and that sugar theoretically goes toward the grape uh, with with the aid or the assistance of whatever the vine itself is taking from the ground, right? So basically, what are you doing in terms of entertaining yourself? How healthy or unhealthy are you in the different forms of entertainment that you have in your life? How long do you spend on games, playing games on your phone, which sounds like it's not really entertainment, but it's almost like part of the routine. If something of the entertainment has become part of the routine, the leaf may have a disease because may mean that part of the leaf is sort of upside down and twisted, where the priorities are not quite right. There's a in the routine when we're talking about things like um, getting your bureaucracy in order, keeping the house clean, and pouring all those energies into your job and your family, your relationships, and all of those things, that they get confused with entertainment or certain things are not being done because there's entertainment that is associated with the routine. The leaf is twisted and therefore cannot capture the energy that it needs to be able to function correctly. And what kind of entertainment should one be doing to get the best out of life? Can we do it by partying? Can we do it by drinking a lot of alcohol? Can we do it by taking drugs? Can we do it by just lazing around and doing nothing for a long period of time? And the answer to this question is not really. I think the answer to this question, when we're talking about the grape leaf, it's the same as the seasons. If we look at the seasons of the year, for a good grape, especially one of those grapes that are used in wines and very very expensive wines, usually they need a good um, process of seasons, going from a nice crisp spring into a warm to very hot summer, and then slowly cooling through the autumn, and then a few hard days of frost coming in and perhaps hitting the plant, right? Uh, Preferably after harvest, I believe. And what does that mean? That means that there should be a variety of entertainment in your life. If there is habitual entertainment, which is more connected with drugs, because generally, if we have a really good time and it was a product or a result of drugs, we're going to continue doing that again and again and again and again until it becomes a habit, until it becomes a vicious habit. And then you can see the results because it will start to take up a certain amount of time on the other side of your leaf, which is the structure, support, let's say, between inverted commas, the responsibility part of your life is being affected by that. So, an assortment of entertainment, which probably doesn't include drugs, although it could probably include a little bit of alcohol or that kind of thing, especially in moderation, uh, would be good in combination with other things like being able to travel once every 4 to 6 months, being able to make a trip outside of your house to clear your head and see something new and have contact with something that has nothing to do with your routine and could show you something new, could show you another way of thinking, perhaps from whatever place you go to. And that is a practice that can also help you to maintain an open mind. It's entertainment because it's not related to work, even though it could bring benefits to your brain at refreshing it for being creative in your work. It's entertainment, and it's the top of the leaf, helping the underside of the leaf in this case. Other things are things like home hobbies or hobbies outside of the home, little projects that uh, don't give any financial return but give you a sense of satisfaction or a new sense of self when you practice something you thought you'd never be good at or that you thought you'd never like. And then you find out that both are true, that you're both good at that and you like that. This brings satisfaction, and it also reinvigorates you for all of your responsibilities, theoretically. So the idea is the top of the leaf of your life represents those things. The top of the leaf of your life represents the entertainment, the things that you can do that are different or should be different in nature uh, every 3 months. And that the underside of the leaf is the support. So it's the things that you have in your life as obligations or quasi obligations where you have to add structure to those areas and have patience and continue your dedication toward the routine, whatever you have to do for your house, your job, your marriage, your children, whatever those things are. That's the underside of the leaf. And so I thought this um, symbol was quite cool, and I wanted to share this idea with you today, the duality of the grape leaf. And the question that I end my video on today is, what is the duality of your life? How much of your life, from the structure and support side, is satisfactory to you or in a good place? Or how much of it does it need work? How much of it needs work, right? And the other side is, are you exaggerating in the entertainment area, and what are you doing, or how are you acting or behaving that could be perhaps mixing what is structure with what should be the more festive and the more euphoric part, right? Hopefully everybody who watched this video and everybody who will watch this video understood where I'm coming from the duality of the grape leaf. Thank you for being here today. See you on my next video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.